So let me ask you, if I have two Mercedes EQEs, do you think I could say I have Dos Equis? The Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 SUV is an all-electric utility vehicle with a starting price of $79,050, but you get a choice. You can either get it with rear-wheel drive and a 279-mile driving range, or with all-wheel drive like this 4MATIC model, which has 253 miles of range. Both are rated at 288 horsepower, but the rear-wheel drive version has 417 pound-feet of torque, while this one has 517. And if you're wondering why a Mercedes-Benz is on American Cars and Racing, that's because this is built in Alabama. As the E in its name suggests, this is about the same size as a conventional Mercedes-Benz GLE and goes up against models like the Cadillac Lyriq and BMW iX. Although not quite the Tesla Model X, because this only has 2 rows of seats. And while it doesn't look too exciting on the outside, it has an absolutely stunning interior with dual digital displays and an adjustable ambient lighting system that throws a party at night. Pretty much everything is controlled by the central touchscreen. This doesn't even have any conventional buttons or knobs, although there are a few touchpads on the bottom here, including a touch slider for the volume control, which is really one of my least favorite ways to control the volume. And this doesn't just cool and heat the cabin, it can actually clean the air in it. It has a HEPA air filter plus an ionization system. And monitors to tell you how things are doing inside and out of the car. And once things are fresh in here, you can stink them up again, but in a good way, with a built-in fragrance system that uses a reservoir you load into the glove compartment. One thing that's great about electric vehicles, including this one, is that they have long wheelbases relative to the length of the vehicle and tons of interior room. So this absolutely slams on my 6'1" scooch test, where I see if I can fit behind myself without having to scooch the seat forward. I mean, look at this, it's like a limousine. There's also a very spacious cargo compartment, and while it doesn't come with a spare tire, you do get a fix-a-flat kit that's stored in a very generous wheelbarrow-style storage compartment under the floor. Which brings us to the Caffeina cup and bottle holder count. Brought to you by Caffeina Caffeinated Water. Get plenty of electrolytes to go with your electric car. So being a Mercedes-Benz, there's a lot of engineering involved in the cup holders in this vehicle. Back here, they are built into the armrest and pop out like that. And up front, you've got this device, which holds 2 bottles, or can be completely removed. And then it's up to you to find somewhere to put it. I guess it'll fit in one of the door slots, where you can also put a bottle of water. Caffeina! Buy it on Amazon using the link in the description below. This is available with plenty of nifty electronic features, including a highway driving system with lane centering and lane change capability, and a 360-degree camera system that can give you a virtual view of your surroundings. Maybe the best part is it has a car wash feature that shuts all the stuff off you don't want when you're going through the wash. That definitely feels like 517 pound-feet of torque, but what this does not feel like is a sports car. The suspension's kind of soft, the steering's a little limp, and the brake pedal's funky as some electric car brake pedals are. You can set it into sport mode, however, which firms up the shocks a little bit, makes the steering a little heavier, but it still airs toward the luxury side. Oddly, this also has an off-road mode, even though it is very much not a rugged vehicle. But its optional Airmatic suspension will lift it up an extra inch, give it about 8 inches of ground clearance, which isn't bad. I'd still avoid the rocks. And that's easy to do if you opt for the available 4-wheel steering system, which can turn the rear wheels up to 10 degrees opposite the fronts and shrink the turning circle from around 40 to 34 feet, making this feel like a compact car. While the driving range may not sound that long, the range rating seems to be pessimistic because I've been getting a better return than 253 miles per charge. However, I'd feel better about this car at this price point if it was rated for 300 miles per charge and got better than that. Now I'm going to cut the music for a second because while the powertrain in this is pretty much silent, you can amp it up with a selection of synthetic sounds that range from spaceship to what I think might be an electronic Harley-Davidson gang. Or you could just leave them off. But I'll be honest, I usually don't like electric car fake noises, but these aren't too bad. Now, I'm going to leave you with one interesting thing about the EQE and a little quiz. Unlike a lot of electric vehicles, this doesn't have a front trunk, or as they're known, a frunk. In fact, the hood doesn't even open. But what does is this little rectangular door on the side here. Any guesses what that might be? No, it's not the charge port. That's on the other side in the back. Since the frunk doesn't open, they had to figure out a way for you to replenish the washer fluid. So they put the little door on the side. Don't forget, this is a very clean machine.